Hello, it's Polish Paul, welcome back to the channel, and today we are back at Seismic Ridge Quarry and we're gonna decorate the train. So this is the finished version of the train, but I'm gonna do a time-lapse video as well, just gonna show you what we've got so far. So the ride itself, it's nearly finished. We've got the station done. The station still needs some fencing here and some walls put in down here, and also some signage and everything, you know, just for the realism, but it's nearly done. This is our train. As you can see, he's got a grumpy face and there's a reason for it. I'm gonna show you Grumpy Greg in a minute. Grumpy Greg is a grumpy stone. This is the family area, so this is a character. just to be there. Anyway, what else I did is done some custom supports since you've been here last time. The game does great job itself adding its own supports, and it's great that you can put them on paths now, but it was right in the middle here. So I kind of made this little support bridge, how do you call that? And then made few supports around here and here, because this one went underwater for some reason. And what I mean underwater is like this one, it just submerged, and really in real life I think concrete would stick out and then support would be on it, so this one still needs changing. For filming, some heavy machinery arrived now, but also you got part of the old mine which you cannot enter, and the old mine is submerged under the water. There it is. So that's how they've been doing back in the day, but now it's all heavy machinery. And apart from that, another bit of filming is of course stones, rocks, because that's part of the ride. If you didn't watch that part, it's based on Zierer Force 1, which is a kiddie coaster, and this is the family / kiddie area of the park, still under the development, so a lot of stuff still have to happen for it to be finished, but it's happening slowly. It's got one free ride though, but it's kind of one of those free rides what maybe some kids could go with the family. The Wild Mouse, the spinning coaster, and you got some little rides here as well, but a lot to develop still. I'm waiting for the updates, hopefully some more rides soon, so it all will look nice, it all will make sense. I got this big space because I want here to have Vekoma family boomerang coaster, and I hope I'll be able to do it eventually, we see. Waiting for the update, but anyway, getting off track. Coming back to filming, so yeah, you got the heavy machinery. Also what we've got, it's little pathetic stream here, and this ride actually, one model, it's on the developer's website, does it, so you kind of lean to the sides to not get, well, slightly wet, not very wet. I might do some, like a puddle of mud or something underneath, I don't know, I see. And here is Grumpy Greg as well, that's the character. Grumpy Greg, he's got his own lore here. I'm not gonna talk about it just yet, because I've got some more stuff to do. There's part of the ride as well, and there's gonna be on-ride photos as well, so this area is gonna be quite heavily developed. But today we're focusing on the train itself, so I'm gonna take you to the time-lapse video, which I not often do the time-lapse, because maybe when I build, it takes me ages and it would be very long video, but because this wasn't that long to build, I think it took about an hour to decorate it for me, all of that, then you can have a time-lapse and you can have a look at it together while I'm just chatting some stuff in the background, what just don't make sense sometimes. But anyway, if you like what you're seeing, then press a like, subscribe, follow the channel if you want to see what else I gonna build and how the theme park gonna evolve. I gonna cover all the updates and Planet Coaster news as well to keep you all up to date, so a lot will be happening. But yeah, let's see the time lapse. Let's go. Okay, so idea what I had to decorate this train, as I showed you earlier, Grumpy Greg, was the train with angry face. Well, grumpy face, but made of stones. The first thing I realized is actually those stones, they do not scale small enough, so this took me longer than I expected, but I kind of work around as you saw it earlier, but it was a bit of a trial and error, just like a lot of things in Planet Coaster are. Just like here when I've been doing the eyes, so the other tube was too long, so I've changed it. So this is me trying to make it grumpy, and also trying to make the eyes not to poke out too much of the stone, which was difficult itself because the stones, they go through the front of the cart and kind of, you know, onto the people's legs. So I've been trying to, let's say, make it maybe happen not a lot and maybe decently, so it's kind of passes as you could sit in it, but eventually I realized that's quite not possible. Finding the right shaped rock for angry eyes was quite difficult as well, because of course in Planet Coaster the things go through the, you know, elements go through the different elements, and then it can ruin the whole look that I was going for. So it was once again trial and error, and I found it with Planet Coaster the best way maybe like to learn the game and learn the pieces is just try, and eventually you're gonna work out new things and stuff. I kind of know quite well the stones in the game now, they memorize a lot of the objects, but still had few issues here and there, and of course I wanted to do a grumpy mouth as well, so the train itself looks slightly grumpy, and for that I used 3D font. Once again, positioning everything seems to be a challenge, because I used not for all the elements, but for some of them I used mirroring, and then when you move one thing, the other was moving in the way I didn't want it to move, and I was like, here we go again. Remember anyone when you use Microsoft Word and move something and then other thing moves? That's what's happened when you use mirroring sometimes. But anyway, the front of the train went on, and then I realized, okay, I need to do sides and everything, and making it out of stone, as you can see me failing here badly, proved to not be very great. But then I found walk around, because I remember this piece from the Viking set, and this is their decorative wall, which is made of stone, so kind of goes with the theme. Eventually I ended up making the Grumpy Greg itself, its face, kind of like a angry helmet or something like that, like a armor, but it did the trick. So this is the first thing, of course you have to do separate, and then you can twin and mirror the other trains, so that's what I'm gonna do. So here Grumpy Greg is receiving his helmet, and that was itself finding the right shape and everything. That was a bit of like, how do I do it? But of course eventually I managed somehow. Like I said, my advice be in Planet Coaster, just keep doing things, have the idea in your head and go for it as best as possible in the game. So this is doing the other trains, and that was maybe a bit more easier because the coaster itself is generic, so that's easier to decorate, even though I would prefer just to have seat and lap bar and nothing else, and then I can decorate all the seats and everything myself. But that's good enough, but still have to, you still restrained to this shape of the trains when you decorate in the generic roller coasters, but definitely big improvement from this dragon what was with massive head. So that's definitely helps a lot being like that. I used this coaster before and made like a bear, the bears are in the background down there, changed it now, and yeah, it was terrible with the dragon, covering the dragon. I had ended up with having massive bear on the front train. Anyway, adding some pillars here, I realized, you know what, let's make it a bit more dynamic, not just like this flat stone, can I say that, but more dynamic. And then I realized like, oh shit, I need to do the final train as well. So the station around here is a bit tight, so it was hard to see. I could have actually moved the train, but I didn't for some reason, but I managed. And with the stone pieces as well, you can kind of be a bit not as perfect with everything because they are stones, so they don't meant to be perfect. Working out what I gonna do next, I decided to add the logo of the ride to the back of the train as well, just because it looks nice. So I had plenty of files saved from when I've been building the station. Mirroring didn't work, so I was like, okay, let's do it the old school way. and just attach it like that. I remember when I've been playing Roller Coaster 3, and this is this makes such a big difference, being able to just move everything the way I want. I've been trying to make some cool stuff in Roller Coaster 3 back in the day, I remember, and it's never kind of worked for me, and that's because of course you didn't have as much freedom as you got here. I mean, the scaling itself, it's a game changer. Yeah, so this is train nearly finished, and then you're gonna have final result, which you saw at the beginning of the video. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching it. If you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new here and are not subscribed and want to see more of the park, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. We lately hit 40 subscribers, aiming at 50 now, so hopefully that will happen. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye 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 bye.